Right, hello everyone. So let's start today. Today's Wednesday, so middle of the week. Let's take a look at what we have. Now this is gold. Now remember, gold was a swing day on Tuesday, but hasn't really done any swings or anything big. Two things might happen here, okay? Either Monday was the swing or Tuesday, no, nothing. Okay, so Tuesday just came down, nothing really happening, and inside day, as you can see, the market did this bit here. Now one thing we need to think about is this is the weekly, all right, and the weekly, as you can see, might break down. So we're already below the low of last week, not the low, the opening of last week, and we've done lower than the low of last week, and we've breached the PST. So market can still push down. So if I want to sell this off, what I'd want to do is probably do it from the highs again. So if the market comes up, especially today at maybe around 1 o'clock or 4:30, all right, so just check out your hours. Once the market finds direction, okay, it should go in that direction until 8:30, and then 9:15 until then. Okay, so it should then continue there and muck around where it's going to be going at. So good entries are probably going to be, the three good entries. One is around now, which is 6:30 to 7:10. All right, that's one. The other one is at 12:45, and then we've got, like I said, the New York session. All right, so that's about it. This is the zone we need to break away from. On the daily, it's 2,372, which is there. And we've got 67 on the price. So let's just take a look. 65, 67 on the price. So we need to just break basically below this zone. Okay, and if it does that, then we should flow down into possibly the HCL1, 2,320, and on the weekly we've got 2,330. all right, so 2,330 is already there, and 2,321 is there. So that will bring us to pretty much previous month's low. All right, so that's about it. This is a bit tricky, okay, because we've got the impulse wave, market going sideways. Would have been good to sell yesterday on the highs, okay, like on the highs of Asia maybe, but not really in there. Yesterday I was in the SP 500, as you know, after the Monday swing day. So Tuesday swing day, if the market goes up, selling in the afternoon might be the way to go. If they start selling in this hour, which is also a possibility, okay, then then it could pretty much keep pushing down, and it could be like a flow day down. Okay, so that could be the way to go as well. So if they start selling off and start breaking, it might just sizzle all the way down in there. All right, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now euro dollar Tuesday was a swing day, so that's your Monday. So Tuesday market went down, it didn't do a swing, it didn't go up to swing, but as you know, when I say a swing day, it's either going to be, we're obviously looking for a reversal, so it's either going to go up somewhere and we're going to sell the highs, or sell the highs of Monday, or sell higher, or it's going to be like, giving us the sign that we're turning around. So on Tuesday, this was it. Now if you take a look at your hours from Tuesday, all right, because several people do euro dollar. Okay, so 820 is there. Okay, this is 820. So market starts falling at 820. Not the best entry. Why? Because that's the top, that's the bottom, and you're in between zones. The only way you could have really gotten in here is if you saw the sign that it was breaking down. Okay, if you're doing technical analysis and you're following through, what you could always do is, if you've learned technical analysis from me, this is your U-turn, right? That's your swing hour. This is your market turning. So you could have sold off there and pushed it into the afternoon. And the afternoon was, as you know, 335, 450. So let's take a look at that. This is the 450. There. All right, so the market going up there. But remember, our bias is on the long term. The bias is up. But what did I say? I said we should pull back to go long. Okay, so it should come back so we can go long, right? And where should that come down to if you're checking out your euro dollar? All right, so we should end up there. Okay, and if we do, we should start thinking about, after it comes down, start going up as well. All right, so this is what it should be looking like for us. Also, you can basically you'll just keep this up here, double top there, plus the low, so you can follow it up. And if it does come up, we keep selling down. Okay, and this is the buy zone, so we don't have to actually put another channel up there, but we should expect the retracement into this green zone. All right, so if you take a look at the swing days I posted on Monday, well, basically on Sunday, euro dollar has got the next swing day coming up. So until the next swing day, maybe we'll start pushing down, and if that's the case, that'd be good for us. Okay, then the low will be an opportunity to go long as well. As you can see, it didn't break, it didn't close above it. It did break the price, but it didn't close above it. But in my opinion, this has got room to kind of come down in order to go up. So we're going to turn bullish on the euro dollar, and when we do, we'll pull it up, push it up from the retracement level. So coming back into this zone is what we'd like to see, and then we'll be buyers again. All right, so just keep that in mind. So if you want to sell, it's logical to sell on the on the retracements up. So if we go back up today into the daily pivot, let's say, into the zone where they sold off yesterday, and remember there's news coming out on Thursday, right? So if the market keeps retracing up a little bit, selling is not a bad idea. All right, and that's your impulse wave down, market going sideways, so selling again down is okay. Let's take a look at SP 500 now. SP 500 yesterday I left the position open, but I got stopped out when it came down here because I had the stop loss just under there. Why? Because of the gap there. So it came down, stopped me out, and that's fine. Okay, not a problem. Why? Because I'll tell you why. Because we're against the move, aren't we? Remember, if you take a look at my post on Twitter yesterday, I said that's the impulse wave, and this is the up move, right? So we're inside this flag formation after the impulse down. So the market should push up a little bit more, I guess, to push down. But that doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen, because what can happen is the market can come down, do a little up move, and keep pushing down into the next swing day. So we could have the market going up into a swing day and then coming down into a swing day, or this was the swing day, market pushes up, and then the trend is going down, so we want to push further down from the highs of the channel, which is ideally what we'd like to do on the next swing day, see the market up here and then sell it off. Okay, and if that was the case, that would have been what we'd be looking at here. All right, so the market coming back into that demand zone and then buying is not a surprise, and that's how it is. So we could still see the market pushing up maybe and then selling off on the next swing day, which is what we're gonna position ourselves into. Like I said, impulse wave, flag formation, sell the high on a swing day at the swing hour at the right price. Okay, in the interim though, if it crashes down and breaks below these levels, like I said, it shouldn't surprise us. Why? Because the market's down. Okay, it's a big impulse wave, as you can see, right? So we'll see how that pans out. Now here we've got 48. That's 5,416. 5,416 is just around there. All right, so which is basically near that weekly pivot, which is actually what we were targeting, and that's still a target. That still can be a target. So what you need to do is be careful on that one. If it keeps pushing up, then that's how it is. Obviously, buying against that is tricky, but if you know the swing day and the retracement hour, plus you got a good price where the gap closed, then you know going in is okay. All right. So that's that SP 500. Obviously, don't buy here. If you're going to buy, do it at the lower end of stuff. Obviously, buying against that move is a bit more tricky. You can alternatively wait for the next swing day and sell on the high if it gets up there, which is also logical to do. And on Thursday, I think yes, just after the news, just before the news, you'll have a setup on Thursday before the news. Okay, that's that. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. They'll be the same kind of setup as well. Let's see. Today is Wednesday. Now with the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, as you know, indices are going together and their swing days are the same. Okay, so one more thing today, you got to be careful with Dow Jones because I said today can be a big day and that can happen. All right. So this was Dow Jones yesterday. If you set your swing hours, you should be okay. This is that 435, I think. Yep, that's at 435. Why? Because it did the London and this. It did the London sweep and then moved up, just like with the SP 500. And if you know astrology from me, you'll know that there was a planet that does these sweeps. And it exactly did that at 435. So you could have, you needed to wait for that as well. So that was the sweeping planet. And then the market went up. So this could still go up into there on the daily. We can still see the market come up a little bit more, maybe into there today, tomorrow, onto that line. If it does, then that'll be a sell day for us. 58, just for the benefit of the exercise, is 40,687. 40,687 is a bit out there, but doable. Okay, that's that. So today maybe it'll muck around and do sideways as well because there's no news today, but there will be tomorrow. And then we'll see how things pan out. But Wednesday for Dow Jones, like I said, it could be a big day. So be mindful. The market can push up and get somewhere. All right, so if you want to trade it, Nasdaq. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Now indices going together. Nasdaq as well, same kind of thing. Again, that would have been your 435 there. There you go. Okay. So market sweeping, going up, nice and easy. Also with Nasdaq, it was a clean trade. You could have done that if you're following it. Some people are doing Nasdaq, and that's great. Okay, because Nasdaq is like on steroids, and all you had to do was that was your double bottom, and that was your swing hour on Monday, and Monday was a swing day. All right, so really good. And that's your breakout. So if you followed that through, you would have been okay. Knowing it was a swing day, that's fine. We still can target this, I reckon. Okay. It can still target that on the daily. As you can see, we've got 45, which is 18,806. So if I do 18,000 806 is just going to be above that weekly pivot. So this weekly pivot is a target, and that's like logical. If you want to buy into it on a pullback to go up, I think you can. If it breaks above this and then you pull back, I think you can go into there on the good buy kiss as well. It's not a problem. If in London it comes back and it's a swing hour, you can do that too. It's not a problem, and so on. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin. Now, okay, so that's Bitcoin, as you can see. So there were no surprises there. I said we should have a bit of a pullback, and that's also okay. So there's still a bit of room to go up there. As you can see, this is a breakout. So the market should push up a little bit before selling again. But, you know, whether it sells or not, we'll have to wait and see. This is a big impulse wave. So the retracement of it can be all the way back into that zone there, right? So it's doable. And that is going to give you pricing of these. So 38, 43, 47, 30, that 58, 393, 59, 705. So you can target those along the way, okay? And also this 60K here. So there's a bit of room to go up. If the market does pull back down and you want to go up, it's okay. Now remember, Wednesday is a swing day, all right? So it's either going to be a big day or we're going to have a swing day. And this is where the market is closing the gap. As you can see, it's pretty much closed that gap with this. If it wants to sell again, it can do it here, it can do it there, okay? Because that's the impulse wave of this little push here, all right? So that's the push. Maybe that one, but we can take this one, I think. Right. So you have to be careful. If you're buying, obviously don't buy here, all right? If you want to buy, you've got to buy at least on the pullbacks down here, and then push up. If it keeps pushing up, then you need to look for a sell position, and that's going to happen up here in this zone. Okay. This is also a big sell level. So during Astro or trading hours, if the market comes into those levels, you can sell off. But I wouldn't do any selling until we've reached some PST level. Okay, without a PST level, I wouldn't. Let it come to your targets. If you want to buy into it, fine. 27 is a good buy. It's at 54, 710. So 54, 710. So if it comes back down again and you want to go long into it, it's doable. Okay. But if it keeps pushing up, it's a bit tricky. So, you know, if it pulls back into the low of Asia or this level, going up is okay.